Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Bandai Namco in their Dragon Stars line, we are featuring Future Trunks. Alright, so this figure captures Trunks' appearance in Dragon Ball Super. Trunks is the warrior of hope, he is the warrior of destiny, I guess. Beautiful looking figure. As you can see, the design is much different than his appearance in Dragon Ball Z. The costume here, different jacket, somewhat different hairstyle. He comes with the Brawly Build-A-Figure piece. He comes with his broadsword, and then the sheath with the fake hilt, and then multiple hand options. Other figures from Series 8 include Vegito and Goku Black. And then here's the lineup for all the figures you need to build Brawly from Dragon Ball Z. Alright, so let's get started. I'm a big fan of Trunks, and even though I'm a big fan of his, I'm not as huge a fan of this costume as I am of his Dragon Ball Z one. I think for some reason the Z one hits a different chord with me. I think it looks a little bit cooler, especially with the shorter jacket. This one's nice, but I don't know, that older Z style costume, I think this looks amazing. So there's also two other Trunks figures in the Dragon Star line. There's Super Saiyan Trunks, which is pretty much this one, but with the Super Saiyan head. There's also Super Saiyan Trunks that comes within the 2-pack with Zamasu, and that one comes with the Spirit Bomb sword, which looks awesome, and it even comes with like a little figure stand, which I think is a nice accessory. The figure, first impressions. As much as I like this figure, I kind of think the coat's a little too dark. It's much lighter in the actual anime. I like the multiple hand options a lot. You know, you have the open palms for when he does his like Gallic Gun or Final Flash. He has the gripping hands for holding the sword, and he comes stock with fists. So there's options. Alright, so I mentioned this at the start of the video. It comes with the broadsword, which we have here. Let's get into focus real quick. Right, there we go. It's very nice, very clean in its design. Mine's just a little bit warped. You know, it's not perfectly straight. I can easily remedy that with, submerging it in hot water, then reshaping it. And like I also pointed out, this comes with the sheath and also the fake hilt. So they do not allow you to actually insert this sword into the hilt, which I think is kind of smart because they would have to make this hilt a lot larger and thicker, which could be unsightly. So instead, they opted to give you this fake hilt right here. So if you want Trunks to look like he's, carrying the sword on his back, just put it in there. If you want to give him the actual sword in his hand, you can just remove this so it looks like it's absent. If you get the deluxe 2-pack that comes with Zamasu, I think they give you, I want to say 3 sword options. They give you the full sword, they give you the broken sword, and then they give you the fake hilt right here. So the deluxe figure, I think, is a nice option if you want something like that. And then the sheath, you just easily plug it into his back right there. There's the socket for it, and it just plugs into place. As for Trunks himself, the head sculpt is nice. It's alright. So as I'm handling it, I'm a little disappointed because his head, he's just permanently looking down. He doesn't have a long neck at all, and you can't tilt his head back. So he's constantly just looking downward, which is kind of disappointing because if you have him standing on your shelf, he's just constantly looking at the ground. It'd be nice if they gave him more movement outside of this being to twist his head. So for me, that's a tad disappointing. I think it's a different story though with the other figure. The Super Saiyan one, I think there's a little bit more movement in the head, I believe, and I think he's looking a little bit more forward. But I could be wrong on that. It's been some time since I've looked at that figure. The hair sculpting isn't the greatest. It's a little chonky. You know, it's not very sharp edged. It almost looks like Play-Doh. He has the Capsule Corp logo on the shoulder. And it's an alright figure. I don't think it's my favorite Trunks figure by a long shot. But, you know, if you need representation of Trunks as he appears in Super, you know, you only have two options. This or the Super Saiyan one. Or if you want, you can always, you know, branch out and get maybe a Figure Arts figure. But for at this price point, you know, the Dragon Stars figures I think are great. You know, they're very affordable. Distribution's kind of weird because, you know, I always have a hard time finding these figures at my local stores. And when I do, like, the assortments, it's always kind of like, it's always very garbled. Like, for example, at my Walmart, they just got a recent restock of Dragon Stars figures, but they're figures from like 4 years ago. So it's always kind of like a crapshoot for me in my area, you know, whether I get the recent assortments or the older ones. This is a much older figure, but it's still pretty cool. It holds up well in my opinion. The 2-pack you might find, you might have a better chance finding at your local Target. I think I saw that recently at one of mine. The articulation, you know, it's all right. It's decent. Double pinned elbows, articulated wrists, swivel, double pinned knees, articulated ankles. So it's a great figure. You know, I'm a big fan of Trunks, but I just kind of wish, you know, this one was executed just a little bit better. And it'd be nice if they made the time machine. That's the one thing that I'm hunting down for is a vintage Capsule Corp time machine. But those are super expensive on the secondary market and very hard to come by. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So, until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.